I got some good news for you today. We have Dylan Smallman in the house, and Dylan has landed a fully remote tech sales role, 68 days, 70K from the oil fields to SaaS. Dylan's here today to talk about his experience working with the SWORD program and ultimately landing a role. So, Dylan, welcome. Glad you're here.
It's good to be
First
here.
question I have for you, man, is tell us about life before joining the SWORD program and tell us about life now.
Yeah. So back when I was looking at getting into tech sales, I'd come off a long construction project. It's like 3 years. I'm like, I don't want to be doing oil and gas anymore. Started thinking, well, what am I going to do? My brother started as a BDR. He was killing them. Like, I think, I got the gift of gab. I'd like to be doing sales. I don't want to go back to the oil field. Let's get into tech sales. So I figured you could just send out a bunch of resumes and somebody's going to hire you. After about 700 that I sent on my own in the span of like 2 months and got no response, literally zero, I was like, I got to change up my approach because this is not working. So, through talking with my brother, the rest is history. This is where I ended up. It worked out really
Yeah,
good.
man. Let's go. So pumped for you. What was the biggest result that you would say we achieved together?
Actually, getting interviews, like getting in front of people and like learning outbound. Like, if you have no experience and you're going to slam a resume down on top of 300 other resumes, good luck. You're not even a speck of paper to these people. They're just not going to see it. You don't exist. So you've got to actually learn how to get in front of people, which is the job you're going to be doing. So as soon as that first week of doing the program, I was like, I feel like I could just do this now.
Yeah,
Meeting, interview. Started hitting.
love it, man. And come on, if a guy from the oil fields can learn how to do outbound sales, anyone can, man. Anyone
Exactly.
can.
I always
And
joke
you
around.
were
I'm like Caesar. Like, if Planet of the Apes started talking, I'm like the case use case.
Okay, I'll give you credit though that you worked freaking hard for this
Yeah,
thing,
man.
man. You never quit, you never gave up. Why did you end up working with Sword? Why did you pick us?
Well, I spoke to my brother, and he was like, "Man, I see what you're doing. You just need to figure a few things out. You should talk to Jack because, like, Jack guarantees you work the system more or less. You're gonna get in front of people. You're gonna get a job eventually. Just do it." And I don't regret it for a second because it was like what I was doing was not working. No matter how many resumes I fired out, I could have sent out 4,000. It's like no chance.
Yeah,
But Mr. Man, when
just
I
a
started calling CEOs and saying, "Hey, just doing the job to get the job. Look at me. Here we go."
yeah. That's what they want to see, man. In the sea of resumes and applicants these days, they want to see people that will actually go do the work, actually go pick up the phone. And you were that guy willing to do that.
Yeah.
With
If you
regard to
can't,
working with me, what was your favorite part about my coaching style?
man, you were right there when I needed you. And like, it was just very helpful feedback and like a very straightforward plan of what to do. Like, it was dummy proof. I feel like do
Yeah,
this, and do it enough times and it's going to happen.
yeah, absolutely. And that's what sales is. Like, hey,
Yeah.
here's the plan. Here's how we're going to succeed. Go execute. And at that point, it's just a numbers game. It's a numbers and feedback game.
Big
And you were
time.
always really good at coming back like, hey, Jack, just finished this interview. Feel like I crushed it, but I need help with this next step. How do I position myself here? Or, hey, I don't think I handled that one very well. Here's what I'm going to go do to get better. And right away, I knew you were going to crush tech sales. Just your attitude, coachability, your mindset. Whenever you lost, whenever you get a door closed, you got pissed off, which is actually a really good thing because that's the competitive nature we need. Like you have to hate to lose more than you love to win,
Yeah.
and you carried that.
Well, and the funniest thing too is like the first interview I had, I thought I was going to get the job. It was going so well. When I didn't, I was like, that was a blessing in disguise because especially not having a ton of
Mm,
sales experience, if you get all just going to win all the time, it's like I'm getting to experience the slumps that people experience in a sales role before I even have it. So it was a blessing that I didn't necessarily get the first one. Could experience that, get that out of my
yeah,
system. I
because
had
that was
another one
like,
almost lined up, and they pulled the position back, and the hiring manager got like I was like, man, everybody's telling me I'm doing good, but all these doors keep getting shut. Like, what's going on here? Are they lying to me?
Welcome to sales. Welcome to
Yeah.
sales. Yeah, because that first role, you were looking at, final stage within the first like 2 weeks, right? It was really quick.
And they told me at the start, like, we need someone with experience, but we just think you might be it. Like, we're going to put you up to the VP, even a step past, because we need his input. It's like, unfortunately, we do need someone with experience. We're like, well, I'm going to go get that experience. You're going to regret this.
I love it. I love it. It's a revenge story in the best way.
Yeah.
What's something you learned in this process that you think might help someone out there who is still struggling on the job search?
Yeah. Just, if what you're doing isn't working, be willing to find someone who can teach you. Like, can't rep this program enough, but find someone who's doing something that is working and just be willing to plug and play and ask for some feedback. And don't be afraid to get in front of people. Like, don't be afraid to cold call somebody or get their attention. And also, don't let the frustration sink your ship. If you're feeling frustrated, let it propel you forward and do more instead of going, oh, maybe I'll just go do something different.
So good. Yeah. People are always shocked when I walk them through the behind the scenes of being a hiring manager because I have some examples of roles I've posted and, 387 applicants. And you would think right there, like, oh, okay, it's going to be really hard to stand out. But I pulled all the numbers and only like 4% of people actually reached out to me directly. So to your point,
Yeah.
Dylan, just pick up the freaking phone, y'all. Like, just actually go do the job that you're trying to go get and you're going to go
It's
places
such a
for sure.
blessing because it's one of the jobs where you can actually display you can do the job to get it. It's not like, hey, come watch me work this excavator back here and then hire me, or you don't need, like, you can just literally do it and get the job, which is
Yeah,
amazing.
absolutely. So if someone was on the fence about working with the sword program, what would you tell them?
Hop off right now, get on the right side, and get in, cut the time down, the learning curve. Like, I'm having people say, like, just in doing cold call exercises, like, you seem like you've been doing this for a long time. I really haven't. I've been doing it for like a little over 2 months.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Awesome, man. Well, you are probably the poster child of what it looks like to get into tech sales because my story, I was a drug addict, college dropout, all the things. I had no business being in tech sales. And you're similar, man. Like you were out working in a long project out in the oil
Yeah.
fields, this
Construction.
time last year. Right,
Yeah.
construction. And it just goes to show that really with hard work and with being willing to learn, being willing to be coached, you can make this happen. So, Dylan, I am so freaking proud of you, brother. You never gave up. You kept swinging, and man, you've got this role that I know you're going to absolutely destroy and dominate. And I feel bad for the first person that you cold call and they hang up on you because you're going to
Yeah.
get pissed off and you're going to go book 5 meetings after that.
And then
So
3 months
I'm
down the road, they're going to go, I just bought a software from an SDR. I do need it, but I
exactly
wasn't planning on that.
some Canadian up north.
Just
Yeah,
like,
I don't even know the
what just
guy.
happened to me?
I love it, man. Well, great work. I'm so pumped for you. Way to put it in and get the result.
Absolutely.